Welcome to the XHPR training video course. The XHPR 08 is a high pressure reducing valve for liquids. When the XHPR is delivered new, it comes with three plugs: the inlet port, the outlet port, and the return port. It also has a tag which gives vital information about the regulator. We need a torque wrench capable of setting at 40 and 45 Newton meters. We also need a 5mm hexagon. We need the special dump tool available from OBS. This has an hexagon 8mm which we put on the torque wrench. We also need a special tool. This tool you can manufacture offshore, onshore, as long as you have available 2mm welding rod. When the XHPR is installed in a system, for increase of the pressure, turn the adjustment wheel clockwise. You can also see this from the adjustment wheel and the sticker on top of it. For increasing the pressure clockwise and decreasing the pressure counterclockwise. When you want to have a lower outlet pressure than the setting is, turn the adjustment wheel counterclockwise until you reach 50 bars below the desired setting. Then you increase slowly the 50 bars to reach the desired set. Now we will go through the procedure of change of the inlet valve. First, make sure that the system is depressurized and that valves upstream and downstream of the regulator are closed. Pay attention to special local procedures. The cap has been pre-greased with threading paste. Inspect the O-ring for damages. Now, when you have removed the cap, the spring of the inlet valve and the valve body is loose. Turn it with a hand to receive both the spring and the valve body. Now use the special tool to retract the valve seat. We use this bent end and we search for flow holes aligned with the return port. Now we will go through the procedure for changing of the dump valve. Make sure that the system is depressurized and that valves upstream and downstreams are closed. This is necessary because you have to dismantle the regulator from the system to do the changing of the dump valve. Now we have the regulator dismantled from the system. We hold it like this. The adjustment wheel down, keep it in a straight line, and unscrew the housing. Now we have separated the low pressure pressure housing and the high pressure housing. Remove the piston with the O-ring. Also remove the metal ball. To unscrew the pressure sensor, you need to fixate the housing. Make sure that the inlet and outlet ports and the engravement remains unharmed. A good pair of aluminum V-blocks is recommended. Take the special dump tool and find the holes in which it fits. To unscrew, apply pressure down and turn counterclockwise. Now it's loose. Turn it upside down and screw the pressure sensor out of the housing. Off, and then you have the whole pressure sensor with a dump valve. For changing of the dump valve, you have to separate the parts of the pressure sensor. We have the rings with the O-ring stack, and inside the guide sleeve we have the dump valve. Take the green guide sleeves off the old dump valve for use on the new one. Now you have taken out the old dump valve, put it aside and take the new one from the repair kit. Now make sure that you put the calibration bolt correctly in the dump valve. It has two ways, which one is correct. In the dump valve we have a hole to gain access to the calibration screw. Make sure that the screw on the calibration bolt is accessible through this hole in the center of the backside of the dump valve. Put the dump valve on the guide sleeve with threads. Then put the second guide sleeve on the dump valve. Make sure the calibration bolt fits in the slots of the guide sleeve. When you change the dump valve, it's recommended to have a soft seal kit as well. This is very easy and gives a fresh pressure sensor. The O-rings are 5 pieces which go between each ring and the dump valve. We have one O-ring on the dump valve, one on each ring, and the last one is between the housing and the last ring. Grease the O-rings with grease, Molecote 111. Put them in their proper place. and build a stack with new O-rings. Take a test, hold the guide sleeves together and push the sensor element to feel the spring in the dump valve. When you can feel the spring, it means calibration bolt has been assembled correctly. Hold the housing like this and guide the pressure sensor inside the housing and find the threads. When you got the threads, turning of the housing is an easy way. When you have reached the bottom of the housing, fixate it and put correct torque. The correct torque is 40 Newton meters. Maintain pressure of the tool towards the housing. Then apply the torque. 40 Newton meters is good. Take it out of the fixating device. Take the metal ball in the center. Then put the piston with the O-ring on top. Make sure that the metal ball is in center. Now we will show you how to reconnect the houses. Leave the spring housing on the table, take the HP housing, find the connection for the threads and turn. Turn gently, no need for power here. Turn it to the end and it's done. Now we will demonstrate the adjustment of the dead band. The dead band is the difference between adjusted pressure and when the dump valve will open. For a 370 bar regulator, the dead band shall be approximately 25 bars. For a 690 bar regulator, the dead band shall be approximately 35 bars. For adjustment of the dead band, use a 1.5 millimeter hexagon key. Find the hole in the center of the pressure sensor. Make sure that the key is well fitted to the calibration screw. To decrease the dead band, turn the key clockwise. To increase the dead band, turn the key counterclockwise. Turning the key counterclockwise 15 minutes or 90 degrees will give an increase of the dead band of approximately 15 bars on a 370 bar regulator and approximately 30 bar on a 690 bar regulator.